2 tanks, one on each side. They're fully filled. We do a leak down test for a propane leak. We're good to go there.
Oh, good.
Storage here, I have your 2 covers for your water heater and your refrigerator in there as well. I'll explain that when we walk around.
Okay.
It is heated, as you can see. There's a duct there. It does heat the interior.
Oh, does it? Cool.
Yes. There is a laundry chute here as well. You just stick a basket here to catch your laundry.
Oh, what's that? A dryer hose?
That right there?
Yeah.
That's a vent
For what?
for your heat. For
Your heat.
furnace.
Oh, because it's ripped.
Yeah, there's quite a few issues with this. This is an as-is unit. If there's an issue with our demo here and you see issues, you have to take that up with your salesman.
Oh, okay.
I'm only to show you the unit.
All right. You see that? Can you point out the stuff for me then?
Well, I mean, obviously that's one of them.
Right.
Right. If you see anything, just let me know. And like I
No,
said,
because I want to
obviously-
know to take care of problems.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I don't need to have an issue with salesman. I just want to know
Right,
what
right.
to take care of. Like you said, it's an as-is.
What we got here is your electric pump. This is your hydraulic pump for the rooms. This strictly runs just the rooms. Right here, this is your electric motor for the jacks.
You mean a slide out?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
We got one battery here, brand new. I left it off so I can show it to you. It's new. We did mark
Oh,
off
you had
the
to
date.
replace it?
Yes, we do it with all of our demos.
Oh, okay.
All units that we sell, we put a brand new battery in. Right here's your switch for your jacks, up and down.
That's offered by hydraulic?
No, that is manual. It's a motor.
Oh, okay.
The only thing that's hydraulic is your rooms, once again.
Okay.
On this side?
So there's a
Watch
motor
it.
on each of the...
No, there's only one motor. It drives the drive sides on this side. It drives both sides.
Oh, okay.
Watch your heads on this.
We're pretty
Gets
short,
everyone.
so
I
it's
know.
not.
me too.
So it does it at the same rate?
Yes, correct. Yes, both
Is it
sides come down.
self-leveling?
Yep. No, it's not self-leveling. It just comes down by itself.
So you need to have it level.
Well, you use a level, or you can buy the bubbles, the bubble
Okay.
levels for the
Right.
outside,
Okay.
whatnot, or you can get your level and put it in the living room.
So I got to put wedges under if I'm on a slight hill.
Right, correct. Yes, you do.
All right.
Pieces of wood underneath there, or the tires, wherever you have to level it to make it level.
Okay.
There is stabilizing jacks in the rear, but those are only to stabilize it, just to keep it from rocking back and forth. You do not lift the trailer up with that.
Right.
They're just to stabilize.
Okay.
If you have to lift the trailer up on one side to make it level, you use blocks underneath the wheels and chalk them.
Okay.
That's the correct way and the only way to do it. That's the safe way to do it.
Right.
Your storage compartment,
Right.
this is the other side. What this is right here, this goes underneath the fifth wheel hitch part, and what it does is just like a tripod. It takes the weight off of the hitch.
So that's a stabilizing thing.
Correct. Right on.
Okay.
What we have here is your city water connection. You go to an RV park, as long as you have access to a city water connection, like a hose, a garden hose, you hook it up here and you're plumbed throughout the trailer. You can do wash, do whatever you want to do.
You don't need to
Well,
operate any pump.
Nope, no pump.
Alright.
If you do not have access to a city water connection, you fill this tank up here. It's about 40 gallons. You fill this up. Do not put antifreeze in there. It'll stay in the tank, and you'll never get that taste out of the water. You know, and the smell, it ferments and stinks, you know, over time. So, city water connection. This is portable water. If you do not have access to a city water connection, you can fill this tank up about 40 gallons, and you can use your electric water pump to do everything. Wash dishes, everything.
So that's the only reason you need the electric pump is if you have that tank.
Correct. Correct. Right here is a satellite prep. This is not equipped with a satellite on the roof, but if, in the future, if you would like to have one installed, you'd run your cable down to here and plug it into here, and you're wired throughout the trailer with satellite.
Oh. What's the cable jack in the back?
The cable is for cable, satellite and cable. That takes care of that. Any questions so far?
Yeah, with the fresh waters, that like heated or insulated? Like if we go winter camping?
This
or?
one is not
Okay.
heated. I wouldn't say insulated either, because you can see the tank from the bottom, so I would say no.
Okay.
Very simple. Any questions so far?
No.
Just make sure you don't, when you put your slides out, just make sure you don't put them out into anything. Make sure you have enough room around the whole entire unit.
Looks like somebody did, huh?
Well, it looks like what happened here is, if you look here, you can see the rub marks. It looks like what happened is they had a blowout on both tires, and the aftermath was
Oh, okay.
flopping up. They did inspect it, I believe. I'm not sure on that. I'll have to check on that. I didn't do the inspection, so I just did a demo. So yes, I'll find out for sure. This is an outdoor shower. I left an extra key in here. There's 2 keys on the inside, but all units come with an extra one outside, so I left that there.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know, CH751. Now, CH751 keys are used for outdoor showers like this and compartments. So you want to keep in mind you don't want to put nothing valuable inside those compartments, because everybody at the RV park that has a unit like this has that key.
CH751.
It's very easy to take it.
Okay. I see the windows open a little bit here. Is that?
The detailers are probably cleaning that.
Oh, okay,
Okay. Cleaning inside. I'll make sure that's all back up for you. We did miss something, by the way. Here's your. You have 2 gray tanks and you have 2 black tanks.
Oh yeah.
Yes, because you have 2 bathrooms. One tank,
okay.
1 black tank, and 1 gray tank is for your 1 bathroom, and the other black tank and gray tank is for the other bathroom.
And where does the kitchen sink empty into?
This one right here.
The
there's
back one?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. 2 stabilizer jacks. That's a 3/4 inch socket, just in case
Is
you
that
want.
what that crank is?
Up front, yes. A lot of people cut the tip off, put it in their drill, and you can put that up and down fairly simply.
Alright.
I use an impact, but either way,
Yeah.
make it a little bit easier on yourself. It sucks to stand there for 10 minutes just on one.
I got a socket that fits that.
We have your license plate on. This is your main cable hookup. As long as you're plugged into here, you have cable throughout the trailer. I have a TV in there right now, all hooked up, so you can see that the cable is clear.
You donate it?
I can't do that. That's our test TV. I wish I could. That right there is going to be your phone jack. So if you're at a campsite, you hook up the phone jack, the main hookup, you're good to go throughout the camper.
Okay.
50 amp hookup. I'm not sure if you know what a 50 amp looks like. Okay.
It's like a dryer or an oven.
Yes, that's 50 amp.
Okay.
This is an adapter to go from 50 amp to a 30 amp. Now, this trailer is perfectly fine to run off a 30 amp service, even a 50 amp, which is regular 110.
Oh, okay.
You could step it down one more time to a 15 amp, which is a regular 110 outlet.
Oh,
But
okay.
here's the difference. 50 amp, you can run your washer, dryer, air conditioner, microwave all at once, and you'll never have a problem. 30
This cord
amp,
goes with it?
yes.
Oh, okay.
30 amp. Now you'll be able to use your air conditioner on a hot day, whatnot, but you might have a little bit of trouble running your microwave and the air conditioner at the same time because
Oh,
it
okay.
cools so much. But at a campsite, they're usually 30 or a 50, depending on what side. Most likely it's going to be a 30.
Right.
Not too many sites have 50 yet, and you'll only find a 50 with the motorhome side of the trailer pit. But as long as you're plugged into here, you're charging your battery and running everything in your unit.
All right.
There is a hose in there. You can store it in there or whatnot.
What do you mean,
Oh,
the
okay.
cord?
No, the cord, actually, you put it up front or somewhere in back
Oh, this
of your
hose is empty to water.
Yes, correct. Watch your step. Phone house. This is your water heater. Works off electric and propane. Electric and propane. Now, it's up to temp and everything. It's off right now. Now, when that drops below and you start using the water, it will light all by itself and shut off all by itself. What I want to point out to you guys is propane is the fastest way to heat water. It's the most efficient way to heat water. It does have an electric side, but whenever you see a switch outside, there is only one switch to light this on propane, and that's inside. The electric side, there's only one switch to turn it on electric, and that's out here. And the reason they stick it out here, and they usually have a pin in it, and the reason for that is so you don't forget to turn it off. Because when you go to winterize this, a lot of people leave that switch on, and then you empty the tank out, and it takes out the element inside.
Right.
So just keep that in mind. You can't just run off electric. It will never be able to keep up with the amount of water, the water rate, the what's it called?
Flow.
Yes. Yeah. As you use your water, it has to bring it back up to temp. You'll never do it with electric. Propane's the only way. That
So
is
it's
just
not-
for
it's not-
backup.
so
That's an
not near
assist.
as
Not nearly as
as a
efficient.
household
Right.
electric.
Correct.
So that's only on what, 110?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Here's the thing with that. When you're using propane and you're at a site and if you're hooked up year long.
Right.
What that does is you turn it on propane, let it bring it up to temp. You can turn that on then after that. And what it'll do is it'll assist it, it'll keep it there without using your propane.
Oh,
Propane's
okay.
expensive, electric's really not. So mainly it's only propane that's just for emergencies or backup. You know,
Does this have a pilot light?
it all does. It's electronic ignition. It does it all by itself. Lights
Oh, okay.
automatically. You hit a button in there, and it lights up. And if
That's
it
working.
yes, and if it doesn't light, it'll light up and let you know you got to go outside. You have an issue. It did not light.
All right.
I'll explain a little bit more of that when it's in front of us. When we get inside.
But the propane's coming through here.
Yep, correct. If you ever have an issue with it, the biggest problem that we have is storing. Bugs need a place to go during the winter, and they build a nest in there, and that's mainly your biggest
What's the dripping?
There's a little bit here. I hit that, the overflow. I had to let the air out. I didn't want you guys to use the water inside and it splashes
that
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
you're used to that, huh?
Yeah, I've seen it
Okay.
before. I remember it.
Yep. You have any questions about that?
No, I'm good with that.
Okay. You want to see a bright blue, clear flame. No
Right.
yellow. If you have yellow, there's an issue. It's depriving of air.
Oxygen.
Yes, correct. Backside of your refrigerator works off electric and propane. I'll explain a little bit more of that when we get inside. You should never have to come out here, only if you have an issue. And if it doesn't light on propane or there's an issue with electric, it'll let you know inside. And it is up to temp, down to temp.
Where's the coil?
This is the coil here.
So that should feel warm up. Yeah, okay.
Oh, it's nice and cold. I had it on this morning. First thing this morning, I turned it on. This right here is your furnace exhaust, and that's the heat throughout the unit. This gets very hot, so if you have grandkids or anybody, you do not want to rub your hand against it. It gets very hot. Just keep that in mind. Right here, you got two GFI outlets. The main GFI outlet is inside. It's usually by a sink. They keep it near a sink, always. But if you would have problems where they would trip the breaker for some reason, surge through in the park, whatnot, your main one's going to be near the sink.
Are all the outlets on GFI?
The ones that are near water and outside are all on
Okay.
GFI. The other ones are not.
All right.
They're regular breaker, a regular outlet.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you familiar how the steps fold up?
No.
Okay. Simple, just like this. Just like that. You're
All
ready to travel. Very simple. They do get slippery, so one of the good things to get is the little carpets that go on. Very simple to hook up, but it's just a little bit safer for you guys when it's moist out. You know,
Okay.
to do and whatnot. Any questions?
No, we're good. And then this folds in.
Yep, you pick it up and fold it either way. I fold it this way like this against the door. This side, like the habit. Yeah, extra safety, exactly. Underneath, I wanted to point out, see that little white ball over there? That's your freshwater tank. That's how you drain a freshwater tank when it's time to winterize
Oh, okay. So this whole thing is my fresh water.
it. Yep, it's 40-gallon tank.
Well, that's not easy.
No, not at all. There are two other lines right here coming out. Those are your lowest point drains. I won't get into more of that when we go to winterize. But that's the lowest point drain, so the hot and cold line. That is just as it says, lowest point drain. Right? When you pull the caps off of that, it'll drain all the lines out.
Is there a way to drop like a heating element in that?
Yes. What they have is a 12 volt, and it's a pad like this. It's sticky. You just clean off the bottom of it, stick it up on there, and wire it in. You can put it on a switch, whatnot, or you can have it where you can plug it in when you need it. You know,
Oh, okay.
depends on how you want to wire
Oh, so
it
it
up.
goes external.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You just clean off the bottom side of the tank, and you stick it right up on there and wire it. Very simple. 2-wire hookup. Very simple.
Okay. But if I did that, I got that one on the gray and the black tank.
Correct. Correct. If you're going to use this throughout the year, yes.
Yeah, they like
Yeah.
skiing.
We might do
I don't.
Oh yeah.
Winter trips, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, yeah. To be safe, yes, and to keep the, from creating a problem, freezing. Once it freezes, you're gonna have issues. So yes, I would definitely go with the heating pad
Okay.
on all tanks. I'm not sure of the price of them, but they're very simple to hook up.
Okay, so what are we looking at? 5 tanks then? Freshwater, 2 grays and 2
Yeah,
black?
yeah, you got 5 tanks. Yes, correct.
Wow, okay. Well, can I see them all from the
Yes,
bottom?
yes, this has an open underbelly, so yes, you can see them very easy to access. You don't have to rip anything down other than maybe a plastic shield or whatnot. Very
Okay.
simple.
right.
A lot of them have an enclosed underbelly.
Right.
Those are a little bit tougher to get to. Those are also heated too. You don't need the pad,
Okay.
you know, the heating pads. But this one you do. Any questions?
No,
No.
it should be
Okay.
good outside then, I guess. Oh, how do you do the awning?
Awning is very simple. I don't have an awning rod here, but I'm gonna get you one. How about we do that at the end of our demo?
Okay.
I'll wait till the end.
Okay, so they wouldn't use that same crank.
Right. Just want to point this out. There is 2 of these for the door. As you can see, there's a metal one and a plastic one. I'll point this out. The difference between a metal and a plastic one is when someone, it happens all the time. People think the door is just standing there like that and they go
Yeah.
to pull it. Well, the plastic one will break, which is good because they're cheap and they're easy to replace. Now, a metal one will not break and it's going to break the
Damage
door
your
before
door.
it breaks that. Yes, so always
Okay.
remember that. And the reason they have 2 of them on here is one's to keep it farther open than the metal ones so that you can still have this open. and be
Oh,
able
okay. All right.
to- Okay. For the roof, maintenance, once a year, go up top, just look for voids and gaps in the lap ceiling.
You up there?
I wasn't, because I didn't do the demo ones. But I'm pretty sure they would have definitely marked it down.
Okay. You didn't see any signs of leaks?
Like I
Inside?
said, I wasn't up top.
I mean inside.
Oh no, not that I know of. I had everything. Everything's up under pressure and everything, and I've seen no signs of leaks.
Okay.
For the roof, you go up there once a year, clean it off. You have a white unit. Now it's very clean right now. Now if you get a small rainstorm, if you do not clean your roof from traveling down the road, it picks up a lot of dirt. So you have that little rainstorm, you go from a white unit to a white unit with streaks all down the side, and it'll look horrible. So the best way to avoid that is to wash it. You use a soft bristle brush with dish detergent or shampoo. And the reason I say shampoo is because it has moisturizers in it for the rubber roof, and it'll keep it moist.
Oh, it's a rubber roof. Okay.
Yes.
And it's all right to walk on it?
Yes, yes. The Sprinter is, yes.
Okay.
Once a year, go up there and just look for voids in the sealant and whatnot. On flat level surfaces on the roof, you want to use a self-leveling lap sealant, die-quarter. We have it here. I can point it out to you. I can show you what it is. It's self-leveling and non-leveling. When I say non-leveling, that's for using on the corners or on the sides where you don't want it to level.
Right.
It works just like caulk.
Okay.
Very simple.
Is this the original rubber roof?
I would imagine so. I would believe so. If you want, I can get a ladder. You can go up there.
Okay.
We'll,
Yeah, I'd
we'll
like to
save
take
that
a
for
look.
later.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
When we do the awning. Okay.
Okay. Not an issue.
roller coaster.
Any questions?
No, I'm good outside.
Would you like to move on the inside?
What's that, a light?
Yes, that is a scare light. And I believe that one is out. That. I think that's it right there.
Oh, the middle?
Yeah. Yeah, we do have an out bulb that's out. I
Is that
can't
just a
fix
12
nothing.
volt?
Yes, 12 volt lights. All the lights are
Okay.
12 volt. The only one that's not 12 volt is the ceiling fan.
Okay.
That's 110.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I can't work on anything without permission from the salesman. So if you have any issues, just talk it over to the salesman and he'll get back to you.
Okay.
Not an issue.
Excuse me.
Yeah, bless you.
So far, it seems to be little things anyway, not anything.
Well, I expect little things. It's 10 years old.
Right.
Air conditioner. Did you check the filter on the air conditioner?
It works, and the filter's right there. The front part of the
Just
cover.
clips off. Okay.
Yep, pulls right off.
Okay.
Very simple. Let's go inside. As you can see, I have the TV on. Very clear picture. It can get a little bit better in this, but our cable's a little bit old throughout the shop. And plus, I have 2 cords running like 6 miles away from here, so that kind of takes away from the clear picture. Have a remote for the radio. The radio does work. Does work. It's a CD player. Yeah.
Okay.
Turn that off. Your antenna booster is right here. And that's just if you're using your antenna on the roof.
Oh, okay.
You won't ever use that though.
Is there an antenna up there?
Yes, I'll show you.
It's not digital antenna.
No, definitely not.
All right.
Yeah, it's all the manual type antenna.
What's that whole?
12 volt. In case you have a 12 volt TV. That's a lighter, like a,
Oh,
12
okay.
volt light.
All right. So this button is the antenna.
That's the antenna booster.
Okay.
Yep, that just boosts the signal.
Okay.
For the cable.
All right.
Coffee maker. One thing I noticed about the coffee maker is that its the extension cord is a little short. It doesn't quite reach, so you're gonna have to
Well,
get an extension cord.
Probably
for
not
that.
gonna keep it anyways.
Is that factory?
I'm not sure. I am
So
not
that's
sure.
probably coming out.
They rarely ever come with those, believe it or not. So most likely someone did install that. Your stove is manual light. Oop, wrong one. Huh. There we go.
We have a propane at home, so we keep the long wire.
Right there is your propane leak detector, and it's also an oxygen deprivation sensor. Now that is hardwired into the unit, and what I mean by that is hardwired. It's wired right to the battery. So when you go to store this for the winter, you're gonna want to have to disconnect that battery, because as long as there's a battery hooked up, that's pulling juice off of it. 1 to 2 days, it'll kill that battery. So
That's
just keep
not
that-
CO detector, is it?
carbon dioxide.
Monoxide.
No, it's a oxygen deprivation and a propane detector.
Okay. Are there any CO
No,
detectors in here?
no, there's not. There's a smoke detector there, and I believe there's one in the bedroom.
Yeah, I think this was all weighed before.
Oh, you got surround sound, huh? I didn't notice that before.
Refrigerator. It's on electric. It says auto. We'll turn it off. We'll do it just as you're getting ready to hook up. It's on auto.
Now this
what-
one's fine on electric,
Yes. Yes.
as opposed to the water heater.
Yes. Correct.
Okay.
The only reason they do that for the water heater is so you don't burn out that oven. Because I can't tell you how many people, when they have it on, they forget. You know, it's very simple. And you're usually in a rush when you're packing up
Yeah.
and you're unpacking, whatnot. Now, this works on gas and electric. It's on electric right now. Electric takes a lot longer for it to bring the refrigerator down to temp, especially if it's full of food and liquid. 1 to 2 days, I recommend to turn it on before you go on that camping trip. Just get it down to temp so that you can shut it off, keep the door closed, and it'll hold that coldness in there.
Yeah. Okay.
What auto means is if you're at the campsite and you would lose electricity, and say that you're at the racetrack and there's no one in here to watch this unit, it's on auto. If you have a power surge and the power would go out, instead of coming back to spoiled food and a big mess, it switches from electric to propane, and then as soon as the electric comes back, it goes right back to electric.
Okay.
So it's automatic.
So this on-off is
Just to turn it on and off. And with the button in, it's on auto. If you turn the button off,
it's on gas.
it's on gas. Now, if that were to light, that means it did not light on propane. And you need to go out there and check. Most likely there's an error in the line, or there's a bug or something. There's an issue with it. Whenever you change out your tanks, your propane tanks, you're going to get error in the lines. This is a rule. Whenever I change tanks out, I go right to the stove.
All right. Okay.
Purge the lines through the stove. If you can get those burners to light after changing your tanks out, you'll have no air in the lines. You'll be good to go. Your refrigerator, your water heater, and your furnace will give you the biggest problems when you have air in the lines. Just to let you know. So whenever I change tanks out, I purge it right at the stove, and you'll never have
see what's going on. All
you'll
right.
never have that problem. I left this access panel off to the back side of your water heater. The reason I did that is we're gonna have to winterize it. Well, I guess not. If you're taking it right to the campsite, if it's going to be in the shop, I won't winterize it unless you want it winterized. And what I mean by that is if we are taking it to wherever you want it to and it's going to sit outside for a day or two, you might want us to winterize it for you.
Yeah, we want to
For the-
winterize it.
Yeah,
because we're taking it down to what my parents done for the day. Or for the...
No, we're taking down to Sarah's.
Alright. Well, I'm confused which place you were
Alright.
taking it to.
I left
Talk
that
about
off
both.
just to show you how to winter. Are you familiar with winterizing?
No,
Okay, it's real simple.
I know with an apartment, because we did real estate.
Okay.
You gotta stick antifreeze and drain all the radiators and stuff like that.
Okay. Like I said, it's real simple. This is the back side. There is a drain on the front side, on the outside, to the water heater. You
Right.
pull that out. It's I believe it's a 22 millimeter.
Okay.
But you pull that out, it'll drain the tank. You turn this that way, it's a bypass, and what that does is it doesn't allow water back into your tank. So as long as it's drained from the outside and you turn that valve on, no water is allowed back into the tank, and that's winterized. You're ready to go there.
But you don't flip that switch until you got all the water out.
Correct.
All right.
Correct. We're gonna leave that on because here's another tip too. When you go to take it out of winterization, you know, after storage, and you say you hook everything up, you know, you put the plug back in, and you're not getting warm water. That valve is on, and what it's doing is mixing cold and warm water together, and you're gonna get lukewarm water. So always go to that. If you're not getting hot water, that valve is on, guaranteed.
So you consider it off right now.
Well, it's on because it's in line, and you're
Okay.
going right into it.
All
If
right.
you turn it off, you're just bypassing it.
Oh, all right.
You know what I mean? You're bypassing the tank.
Okay.
Very simple. I'll show you how to winterize it at the end of everything. I'll hook it all up. I'll show you. Real simple. There's only one way to do it, and if you do it that way, you'll never have a problem, ever. It's real simple. Your bunk area, you do have an emergency exit right here. Very simple. Just pull down, push the window out, just like that.
Okay.
I'm not sure if there's storage underneath here or not. Yes,
There is
there is.
from-
Yeah, it goes
Access
to the
from outside.
outside
Yep.
there, yeah.
Just in case you have to get, you know, you can pull that up and you can put something big inside there, if, you know, luggage, whatnot. This right here is your converter and inverter, all built into one. Very simple. Charges your battery, does it all automatically. You should never have to come in here unless you have a power surge at the park. You got your 110 breakers here to run all your 110 appliances, your AC, your water heater, your propane generator for general purpose. Okay, main breaker, GFI, and microwave. These right here are your 12-volt fuses. If you have any issues, that's where you look.
Okay.
Very simple though. You should never have to go in there unless you have a surge or whatnot. Very reliable. All ducts, obviously, those are for your heat, floor heat. Anything, all the vents coming out of the ceiling, that's for the air conditioner.
Oh, okay.
So, your bathroom, the toilet, this is a little different. I don't know if you're used to it, but if you pull back here, it'll actually flush it. It'll pull it
Oh,
flat. If you pull just this one, it'll let water in and fill the toilet
Oh,
up.
okay.
Not all of them are like that. It's just I had to point that out to you. So
Okay.
you know. Your bathroom, while we're in here, let's turn the hot water on and let it get hot. Give it a second.
Really?
That's your, you hear the pump.
Yeah.
It's pressure activated. So what that means is once it builds pressure, it'll shut off. You know, it'll go on and off by itself.
So it's got like a bladder tank.
Yes, correct. We're the farthest part away from the water heater.
Your air.
It's starting to get, yeah. I only did the sink, I didn't do this one. Best way to get rid of that is you go hit that valve outside. And then it'll get rid of that. It's getting warm now. You want to feel that?
Oh, okay. So you had air in the
Yeah.
hot water tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do that every time. So the best way to get rid of that is to fill it up, let it bring it up to temp. Always bring it up to temp and then hit the thing. You're supposed to, when the tank is filling up, you want to open that valve up and let the air out.
So I should have hot water here now.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, it's hot.
Once you get the air out, you won't have that issue. It happens. Like, it's just refilling it up and heating it up and whatnot, steam
Yeah.
inside. You got your microwave. Turn that on. Let's put that on for 25. Leave that on. As you can see, the light lit up. I have the
What do you
pump.
have in it?
Just water. A cap
Oh,
full of
okay.
water. Here's the pump. Turn the electric pump on. It's lit up, so you know that it's on.
Alright.
Like I said, it's pressure activated, so you can leave that on, and as long as there's nothing leaking, it'll stay off. Like as long as it build up pressure.
Oh, okay.
It says test right here, and what you're doing is you're testing the gray tanks. they're your tanks. Your freshwater tank, your holding tank, which is your black tank, and the gray tank, and your battery condition.
Now that indicates both tanks?
Yes. Okay, now bath 1
Oh, okay.
and bath 2.
Oh, alright.
And as you can see, I used a little bit of it, and that's just a tester to make sure that it works.
Right.
We can dump that, that's not an issue.
Okay.
That's all we gotta do. For the water heater, this is how you turn it on for propane. Like I said, there's an electric side and a propane side. This is the propane switch. The electric switch is on the outside. I don't recommend using it because you'll end up burning that element out. And just to let you know, when you do burn that element out, you'll know right away once you smell your water because it's going to have a rotten egg smell. You'll know. Propane. You just turn it on, that light will light up for a second and then it'll go out. And that means it was trying to light and it lit, and when it went out, that means it stayed lit and you're good to go. You'll have hot water in a minute. If that was to stay lit for a good period of time, that means it did not light.
Okay.
You either have air in the lines or an issue.
Alright.
So just to let you know.
But you say you don't even try that until you purge it with the...
Right. Yeah, I never light anything in here. I hook tanks up and I go here, I purge the air out, and then I light all my appliances. Heater, everything.
Does this have to be lit?
Yes. All this one's manual all the way around for the top range and the oven. What you do is you just turn it to pilot, just like that. You gotta push it in
Okay.
and hold it in while you're lighting it. Get a little bit of air in there. Give it a second. Warm up.
And your trailer heater is just propane.
Yes, correct. There we go. As you can see, it lit. Give it a little bit. Like I think the directions say 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Thermocouple heats up. Right. And then real simple. Any questions so far?
So if you finish baking things, turned it off, and decide you needed to bake something again, you got to stick your arm back there.
Yes.
Like
Now,
that.
yes, you do. And here's the thing: if you would keep your pilot on instead of turning it all the way off, you can just keep it on pilot, and it'll just keep the back part of it lit. And then once you want to use your oven again, you just turn it on, and you're good to go. Yes, that kind of sucks. Like you don't know if you're gonna cook something. You know, and stick your arm all the way in the back, it's gonna be hot. So you might want to invest in one of the grill lighters.
Okay.
That'll help you out a lot. Right here, on and off switch for your light and exhaust fan.
And that exhaust outside?
Yes, right outside.
In one of those small vents?
Yep. And it does have locks on it to keep critters out during the storage. Up top.
Oh, okay. Alright. Alright.
Oh, I didn't pull this out, but it should be warm. Yes, it is. Here it is, warm.
Okay. You got that out of the hot water tank?
No, I really want
You know, you can always switch out.
I'm just messing with
to. Okay.
You can always switch out the microwave for a convection oven or whatever they are.
you. Yeah, that's true.
Any
We're not
questions?
big on microwaves.
No, when I go camping, I eat outside. Like we eat
Yeah.
over the fire, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
There's no
Well.
cooking inside. Like
Yeah,
this
but
is
they
sweet.
alter the taste in your food and stuff.
It's a
Right?
real
No,
chemical weird.
No, you're right. You're right. I prefer anything cooked over a fire.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
That's the best way.
Yep.
A chef will tell you that over charcoal. Like that's the best way. You know, like
Yep.
the flavoring, everything.
Oh, yeah.
I feel the same way. I agree with you. Down here, we do have storage. I left the panel off because I wanted to show you where your electric water pump is.
Oh, okay.
And we're right above your freshwater tank, actually,
Okay.
believe it or not. To winterize it, you drain your water tank, turn that valve on, pull the caps off your lowest point drains that I pointed out earlier, put the caps back on, take off the suction side, which is gonna be the right side here, the right side. You take,
Oh, okay.
you take that off and you can go to Lowe's and get the fitting. It's a 1/2-inch female fitting, and you get one with a barbed end on it. You can put it on a hose, hook it up to the right side, which is always your suction on the pumps. And how I remember that is, if this part of the motor is facing you, it's always on the right side.
Oh, okay.
So you hook a hose up to it, run it into antifreeze, Turn your pump on, let it build up pressure, and turn everything on, all your sinks and everything, and wait for pink to come out. It'll push all the
So
water.
you put antifreeze in them?
Yes, yes. We use the pink RV antifreeze.
Oh,
We
okay.
just don't put it inside the tank.
Oh,
It's just if you take off the suction side of the pump.
right.
And the reason we use the pump, because you can buy those kits where you pump it in through the city water connection. I don't recommend that, and here's why. You'll get everything but the pump in this area of plumbing, and then that pump is plastic. It'll go right away. It'll freeze up. Your first issue right there. So I use the pump to winterize it. That is the for sure way. The schooling tells you that. Like when you go to the course, they tell you right away. That is the only way to do it. Don't ask me why they sell you kits to do it other ways, but that is the real for sure far way to do it.
Okay.
You-
Sorry.
No,
Does
that's
that
okay.
have storage underneath the couch?
That I am not sure of. I don't think so. No,
Sometimes they
definitely
do,
not.
but
I mean, if you want to, if that's
Oh,
all
well,
that you're
yeah.
gonna get
well, it's not bad.
to store something underneath. I mean, to get it out, and whatnot.
Right.
As you can see, it turns into a bed. Very simple.
Okay.
Putting this slide in, any slide, very strong motors. So if you have anything in the front of it and it's gonna wedge against that counter, you're gonna hear an awful
Crash.
noise. Yes, and you're gonna know exactly what it is, and it's gonna do damage. And your slide might not work right after that. So just keep that in mind. Nothing goes in front of the slide. As for the table there, I always put them down for the customers for traveling. If you're gonna pull this thing around, put that down because you never know when you're gonna have to jab on your brakes. I mean, they are pretty sturdy, but if you gotta hit your brakes that hard or hit something, you just don't want that to dislodge from, and fly around in here and do some damage. And when I say to put it down, what I mean by that is you just pick up the table. You pick up the table, these arms come out,
Oh, okay.
and you can put those wherever. And then this table here will fit on this ledge,
Oh,
on
okay.
both ledge, and then this turns into a bed.
Okay.
All right.
Real simple. That's how I always send the customers out, because you never know, and that's the way you're supposed to travel.
So we might as well do that now.
Well, I'll do it for you when I pack it up.
Okay.
Like you said, we're delivering it. I'll put that down at the end
Okay.
of the day. You don't have to worry about that. So when you get it, when it's delivered to you, you'll see how everything is.
I think he's gonna be here like in a half hour. So.
Oh, we're delivering it today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Sorry.
No, I had no idea. No, it's okay. Not a problem. That's real simple. We'll do that then. We'll just leave it up so we can sign some papers later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll take care of that. Not an issue.
All right.
Vents. You have one there. You have one there. One there. The reason I'm putting them out, there's fans on mostly all of them.
Oh, there is.
That one doesn't have one. There's one in that bathroom, one in that bathroom, and I think there's one above the bedroom. But the reason I'm putting them out is I don't know if you said you're going to travel with it. During the summertime, it gets really hot in here, and when you're traveling with it, you want to be able to keep your vents open. But if you hit a storm while you're traveling, you
Right.
got to stop and close them up. You can get these things called fantastic vents, and what they are is a cover that goes over top. It doesn't allow water in. You can keep the vents open. You can travel with them. It lets air in and out.
Oh, okay.
Lets it, keeps the air circulating inside, which is really nice. It's not 200 degrees in here.
Right.
And the smell of it from being in a hot environment, your tanks in that, they do leave off a little bit of a smell. That helps with that. One way to get rid of that smell in your tanks is there's this blue liquid you can buy. It's like a sanitizer, it has bacteria in it and whatnot, helps break stuff down, but it's a deodorizer. You can get it at Walmart, like 6-pack for like $5, not even.
Oh.
But it really helps. You'll totally eliminate that smell. You just pour like half bottle down into your tanks, you're good to go.
Oh, okay.
And you'll get that smells when you flush the toilet, or mainly flushing it, or you're leaving it sit in hot weather. And you come in here, it's gonna stink a little. It happens. Any questions so far?
No, we're good.
Yeah, right here we have your slide out room control. Only one switch for both slides.
Oh, they do the same time.
Yes.
Or if they're
one,
off sync.
one will come in first, and then the other one will come in.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to be your bedroom first, and then your living room, because it's
Okay.
a smaller slide. And you just hit the button. Ouch. And once it
Scared me.
stops, sorry about that. Once it stops, you'll hear the motor go into like a stress. It'll sound like you're putting a load on it. You're not doing any damage. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to,
Oh, okay.
and you know to stop. Hydraulics really nice. You rarely ever have problems with them.
Oh.
And they're real smooth and go out fast. Like, hydraulic is the way to go, for sure.
But you need electric on
Yes.
for them to.
Yes, battery. You have to have a battery hooked up. You cannot
Will
just
the
be.
battery
The battery
without
will push that.
supplement electric?
Yes.
Will that battery will push it? Okay.
But here's the thing: you want to be plugged in, or you want to plug it in afterwards, because that's a big motor and it's going to pull a lot of juice from that battery. What I do is when I pack it up, I always leave it plugged in, pack it all up, you know, put it on the truck, and then unplug it. The last thing,
okay.
just so your battery's fully charged and you don't even touch the, you know,
Right.
the charge of it.
And which was the switch for that scare? This one?
Yes.
Okay. And this is what?
But that's right here,
And what's this? All the yellow lights are just here.
just there.
Okay.
Yep.
The other yellow lights light up with the trailer.
Yes,
Wow.
correct. Just
Okay.
as long as you're plugged into your truck, they'll all light up. All running lights. Those are your main lights over there. The ceiling lights.
Oh, okay.
This right here is for your furnace and your air conditioner. We'll turn the air conditioner on. As you see, it went on. It's on auto, and what auto means is it'll automatically shut on and off with thermostat. I always keep it on auto. But you can take it and just turn it on fan just to circulate some air through here. You know, just need some airflow. That always takes a little bit of time to shut off. They all do. It's the way they're meant. It's like a reset for the computer.
Right.
Furnace. Real simple. Turn it to furnace. Turn it up. It'll take a little bit to start, but it will fire up. And there is a cool down period with your furnace. Now what that means is when you shut it off, it will stay running for a little bit of time. It keeps the fan moving just to cool it down. I don't think it lit. Oh, it's because we didn't have it on auto.
Oh.
Because if you turn it off of auto, you're just turning the fan on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh. Okay. And what's that noise? That's just the propane.
It was probably lighting there. You'll hear, like, when you hit that button, you're going to hear a clicking noise. And what that clicking noise is the electric igniter inside there lighting there. I had it lit. It worked pretty good.
Oh, that's your intake.
Right. It's where it sucks the air in.
Okay.
All
There's a filter behind that?
No, there is no filter on any
No?
of the on any of these. There's no filter.
Huh. That's odd.
It is. Yep, no filters on any of these. The motorhomes, any of them. They're all the
There is
same.
in the air conditioner.
There is in the air conditioner.
Okay.
One thing about the air conditioner I want to point out to you guys is in a hot, moist, hot environment where it's very humid,
Mm-hmm.
with all of these, no matter what, any air conditioner, the way an air conditioner works, it pulls moisture out of the air. That's the way, that's what it's supposed to do.
Right.
What will happen if you have your windows open or there's people running in and out while you have the air conditioner running? What will happen is it's going to pull the moisture out of that warm air coming in, and it's going to build up right here. And then the next step, it's going to suck it up inside there and freeze up. And then you're going to have no air conditioner until it thaws out. Not only are you going to have no air conditioner, you're going to have a big mess here, and the inside of your roof is going to get wet because it's going to stay up in there. So keep the door closed as much as possible. I see a lot of
running here.
Right. A lot of people leave their screen door, you know, and they leave their air conditioner on. And then next thing you know, you got water droplets all in here, and your air conditioner just shut off. You know, that's what it's from. It's all of them do it. I tell all of the detailers the same thing. If you're in here cleaning and you got the air conditioner on, keep the door closed. You know, it'll do it. Guaranteed. They all do it. It's what they're supposed to do. You shouldn't have to go up there for anything. If your air conditioner would act funny where it's not cooling down, it's simply due to the coil up top, the condenser side of it. What happens is when you're driving down the road, the condenser is in the front, so the air is hitting at all times and it collects dirt. And what will happen is over time it just clogs up the condenser, doesn't allow it to properly work, and the fish. Right. Just take the cover off.
Is this a 1 or 2 air conditioner unit?
This is one. This only has one air conditioner.
So, has a vent over here for air conditioner or no?
Well, you can put an air conditioner here if you want.
Oh, okay.
The only issue you're gonna have is running a 110 line.
Right.
and it's not pre-wired for it. That's going to be your problem, your issue. But I mean, you can use these vents to put an air conditioner up there, and it'll just fit right on the roof. But the hardest part is to have 110 there for it to wire it into.
What are these speakers?
Yes.
And what's that?
This right here is your antenna. You'll never use this thing. Even if you had cable, it doesn't do anything. These are so outdated, it's not even funny. The brand new units have them in it. I don't know why. Because you don't use them.
Unless you put a digital antenna.
If you put a digital one in, you take this off and then your digital fits here.
Right.
You know?
We don't even have my direction. Going to Douglasville.
Yes.
Yeah.
Glad I found you.
Huh?
Tammy told me you were sitting out there at the fence. I started talking to him. I said, we're not looking for you.
I'll have them done in a second. I'll have you hooked up. I'll get you hooked up.
All right, well, the truck has to warm up. I
I gotta winterize it yet.
I started it, put it in gear, and it just on an idle.
Okay.
Diesel.
Yep. Yep.
All right, so at least I know where I'm going.
There is plenty of storage underneath the bed. Well, guess not. Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How
What
does that
that
work?
is, they actually have this screwed down, as you can see here.
Yeah.
What's underneath here is the hydraulic ram for the slide out. If you would ever have to access it, that's what's underneath there.
Oh, okay.
So that's how you would, I mean, if you would have a leak or whatnot and you can't get the slide in, this is where you come. You
Okay.
pick this
All
up.
right, so no
most
real
likely have-
storage into the bed, huh?
Yeah, there is no storage. Sorry, I guess they made up for it in the closet.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where that is. I should have known better because all hydraulic systems, this is
Have to have it.
they take up this area. A lot of them have this completely open, for storage, but not on hydraulic units. Should never have to go in there. Like I said, they're pretty.
Reliable.
Yes. And if you'd ever have to add fluid, if a line would break, it's transmission fluid. That's all it is.
Oh, okay.
ATF3 works perfect. Put that down like that. Don't put anything here. This bed comes clear up, tight up against these drawers.
Yeah, we saw it close a couple times.
Okay,
So-
alright.
Yeah, this is the first we've seen it open
Okay.
with the lights on.
I couldn't tell you how many people put stuff in there. They'll buy a brand new unit and they'll put like a baby stroller up here, and then the baby stroller's now up here. Like, yeah, totally crushes these things. They're very, very strong.
I like this thing.
There, you can put a TV here, and here's your cable hookup for that. You got your power and your cable hookup. Very simple. Traveling, you always want to make sure these are locked, just like that. Because if you don't, you can walk into a big mess. Broken glass everywhere. It happens. You don't want them sliding back and forth. They are a little tight, but they're meant to be. You want them tight. Other than that, I mean, that's pretty much it. Got a cord-in door for privacy. Your air conditioner vents do twist, so you can direct the air a different way. Right
Oh,
above
okay.
you,
Yeah.
Right here, Wayne.
you can twist them.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yep, just a little bit, and you can float that way.
Oh, so that is air in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is
And
air
this one.
conditioning. Yep.
Okay. And this one's.
Put it that way, just so it's flowing into the room.
Oh, all right.
Just so you know, I've kept you off video. So
What's that?
I've kept you pretty much
I
off
appreciate
video.
that. I get a little nervous sometimes, but
I don't think I have your face on it at all. So
you're the first. There's a couple people that are right in your grill, like, right on you. Like, you're starting to sweat, and now you're on video and sweating. Like, I don't mind that.
chillax. I try to
There is a packet of papers. There's not much, but it'll explain pretty much the basics, like your water heater, your furnace, and all that. Especially that one right there, just get you the owner's manual, get you started, the basics. But if you need answers and you don't know where to find them, YouTube is a great place to go. YouTube
I'm
or
a tuber.
yeah, me too. I YouTube and Google everything. You need Mr. Google. I wish I could hang out with that guy. He's so smart. YouTube's a wonderful place. You'll know, and by watching them, you'll know right off the bat who knows what they're talking about and who doesn't. If you can't find it on YouTube, look up the name brand like Suburban or Dometic or Most likely that's going to be an Atwood, but you can look on the stickers or wherever you see it, and just go onto their site like suburban.com and you look it up and it'll tell you everything. Yes, those are travel locks. But you don't open like that.
Oh, okay. What's that to the coffee maker?
Yeah, I seen that it was broken off. I just left it in there.
That whole thing's probably coming out.
Right.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Any questions so far?
Yeah.
Let's see. Any access panel that you see? There's one here, one by the water heater, there's one over here by the pump. And what that is, if you see those, there's a reason for it. It's most likely to access the pipes or plumbing and whatnot.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't show you the laundry chute.
There's something wrong with this drawer.
Wait, come here. She wants to show you the laundry chute.
Which drawer?
Bottom drawer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's wedged in there. Yeah. Most likely what happened is the track in the back came off.
Oh, okay.
Now I got it stuck. Great. There we go. I'll take this one out to show you.
Yeah, okay.
Just pick up, real simple. These arms go in the back here.
Yeah.
Most likely what's wrong with that, as I can see right now, the plastic piece in the back broke. And they're real simple, real cheap to
Oh,
fix.
okay.
It's just a little,
Yeah,
they slide in, real simple.
And that's how you'd access the plumbing for the sink.
For the sink, you just come underneath here and you access it. But yes, it does look like it comes in the back here.
Okay.
So you can take those out to access it, yes.
Okay.
You can put a TV here as well, and there is a cable hookup. As long as your main cable is hooked up outside, you're wired throughout the trailer. So
Where's the splitter?
usually they have a splitter near the antenna booster. Whenever you have a splitter like that to split off to the rooms, if I have to look for one, I pull off all these covers. And I start with the antenna booster, and if it's not there, I'll go to the place where I think it is, which is at the area where I'm looking for the splitter. Most likely it's in here. You take that off. There's cables in there. You pull them up. There's a splitter in there, guaranteed.
I install fiber optic.
Okay. Fiber optic TVs. Really?
Well,
the
not
cable?
TVs, but the Verizon
Okay.
fibers.
Okay. Good.
So I have to hunt for splitters all the time.
Yeah.
Because the old splitters don't let the digital signal through.
Right. And you know, a lot of these campers don't let that digital. The I don't know, is it R6?
Yeah.
The cable is in.
It's the RG59.
Yeah, it's
Is
not.
it?
It's not capable of putting through digital.
It is if the ends are right.
Really?
So RG59 will work, but you have to have compression ends.
Okay, that's what we use here.
And you gotta have a decent splitter too.
Right.
The splitter only goes up to 8 or 9 megahertz.
Right. Yeah, we have, believe it or not, we have a lot of issues with the cable here. And the issue is they built the trailer around the cable, which means that cable that's running through the roof, there's no way to get to it. You cannot even see it. Like, so how am I supposed to fix
Can't
it?
even pull a new one.
Right. Yeah. Not all of them. I mean, like this one, I'm not sure. Like most of them run through the ceiling and they drop down. A lot of them run through the floor or whatnot, and you can access those. But it's the ones that go through the ceiling, you can see it. You're done. Like, you know, you got to run it underneath and you go up. You know, on multiple three. But thank God this one works.
What's this cable?
That one there is for your satellite. There's two cables, and I have it running up the back.
Oh, okay.
That one's strictly for satellite.
And that's the only satellite.
That's the only satellite connection. Because the rest are cable. In the bedrooms are cable. It's the only satellite. I actually had to look into that myself.
Okay.
I was looking for it. Man, why is there one there? Not doing nothing.
Right.
Yep, that's what that is.
Yeah, that's why I was asking, why is there a satellite connected? Because you could use either or.
Right, right. I'm not sure.
Some of them need two.
Really?
Yes, like some of the old direct TVs needed two cables.
Okay.
So then I guess you would put that.
Right, that's going to come from your satellite down, the
Right.
water through it, and that's going to be your signal.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Most of them are going to single cable installs.
Yep.
When I have to convert it to files.
Right.
Obviously.
They call me Larry here. Larry the cable guy, because
Oh, yeah?
I don't know, I guess because I'm small and like, I don't know, I was the only one that really picked up on it, but they gave me all the cable jobs where I'm working underneath and finding a way, since they ran it through the roof to get a cable here, you know,
Yeah,
they
okay.
call me Larry.
So you've got to recable some of these?
Yes, yes. It is, it really is. Especially when you have a closed underbelly and you gotta rip that all down, and your splitters are usually underneath the underbelly. It's just like, man, you know, and your cable's back there, so you start back there, not knowing that your splitter is up there under your underbelly, so you got to rip, you know, now you rip this whole part down, now you gotta rip that down, you know, and it never goes up properly. Like, yeah, I hate when we have cable problems. It's just issues.
Yes.
Cutting board, whatnot, use that as a little. Never put anything in your freshwater tank, and try to keep antifreeze out of your water heater, because when you apply heat to it, it foams up and it's nasty smelling after you let it sit. So try to keep, and if it does, if you would happen to get
Oh, so
antifreeze
when
in
we
it-
winterize this
right, and the reason,
water heater,
Alright, how you would get antifreeze into your water heater, what's going to happen is when you go to winterize it, there's antifreeze throughout the whole system. What you want to do to keep it out of your water heater is I put water up to it. I run everything. Outdoor shower, sinks, toilet, everything. Even pull off the caps to your lowest point drains, because they come down and they'll sit in there. Right. I flush everything and then fill up my water heater, and that just keeps everything out. If you would forget to do that and it gets in your water heater and you're like, shoot, it's foaming up on me, it stinks, flush it out and just leave the drain off the water heater and just let water run. It'll run it out. Because what happens is the drain's up here, the tank goes down like this, and it'll sit in it, and you won't see it, it won't drain out. You gotta flood it out. So if that ever occurs, that's what you do. Just pull the drain off and let it run through.
okay. All right, show me how to winterize it.
Okay.
Here, Wade, you want to take the camera? See all that.
How do you turn it off?
I'll tell you what.
It's on.
I'm gonna go get my
Point it at him.
All right.
It's already
turn it
on.
off.
I'm gonna go
This
get
is
my
gonna do
cord
this.
real quick.
Okay.
My hose.